All right, here we go back again, getting you set for the first show of the new year. 2026 is here, and a lot of great racing. So we're going to focus in on the newly minted 3-year-olds, and also we're going to probably ignore what's happening in Southern California for the next couple of weeks. Meaning, we got a lot of rain here, and there's no point in dealing with, first off, 5-horse fields where 3 of them are Bob Baffert horses. And the other thing you're not going to worry about, because the rain, they're going to be taking things off the turf, going to be moving things, the track's going to be off. I'm going to ignore Southern California for this first week. Then we'll get into it later. So we're going to start in, let's go to Hot Springs, Arkansas. Hot Springs, Arkansas. Let's go take a look at what's happening. They got themselves a nice little race for these 3-year-olds. It's the Smarty Jones. Mile and a 16th is your distance here. And this is going to be race number 10 on Saturday at Oaklawn. Take a look at what's happening with our field here. Universe to the inside. I'm going to say a proven closer, so obviously he'll get plenty of attention. Baytown Dreamer. We've seen this horse before. He's got some speed. Boca Beach Club. Sprinting 2 times, now stretching out. Luis Saez. They will be forwardly placed. Silent Tactic. Nah. You know what? Interesting. They've been closing on the synthetic. I wouldn't be surprised to see him take to the dirt. Rancho Santa Fe. Also another one with some speed. Proven. Going a route of ground. Brad Cox will get play. Oscar's Hope. Speed. Strategic Risk. Stretched out last time out for the first time on the main track. Very impressive performance. Not sure if he's good enough here. We'll see if he can close. Scar, Ship, Speed, Johnny V, Dangerous. I'm sorry. Ramon Vasquez is going to ride that one. I apologize. Ramon. Speed, Dangerous. Sleeping on Freedom. I want to say another horse that's kind of proven going a route of ground, and it's that really, really potent team of Brian Hernandez Jr. with Kenny McPeak. So, yeah, that horse figures for sure. But in this situation, I want to go with a horse that I believe not only is proven as a closer, but can actually improve some more, and that's Universe to the inside. And I don't think they'll be the favorite because of the presence of the Brad Cox horse in there, but I think Universe will be your second to third choice in here. Look, we're going to get additional value because our man is not the same. Joel Rosario is simply not the same rider he was about 5-6 years ago. He's still a good rider like they all are, but there's something about his magic that is gone. I like that because I feel like now I'm going to get enhanced value on a rider that should be shorter prices than he will be. I like this horse quite a bit. Love that 7-furlong debut, and I like the way he's performed in the last 2 races of Grade 3 competition. I think now he'll get another chance. I think he'll step up. He'll have pace to run at. Yeah, let's go with that. Universe in race number 10 on Saturday at Oaklawn Park, the Smarty Jones. Now, let's go to Turfway Park. They've got themselves a nice little preview. That's what they're calling it. The Turfway Park Preview Stakes. Saturday, 6.5 furlongs. It's going to be race 6 at Turfway Park. Going to have roughly about 7 runners here going 6.5 furlongs. You know, this is interesting because you've got horses doing a little bit of everything. Like Blessed Warrior to the inside. Still hasn't broken the maiden yet, but is improving after going to the synthetic for the first time last time out. Shipmate broke the maiden, sprinting on the synthetic at Gulfstream Park, then stretched out. Ran a decent race in the pulpit last time out. Obviously, he has room to improve. Might be your favorite. Sometime, Speed. I think the horse is dangerous. Trendsetter, no speed, will close and stretches out for the first time. Actually goes 6.5 furlongs for the second time. My fault. The 5 Hometown Bound, Speed. And it's the son of Matoli, so you know they've got that natural speed. Jupiter. That's the 6 in here. They're going to turn back in distance from a mile last time out. And Rayana, whatever, is the 7 out there. That's interesting. Been on the turf and synthetic. We'll see what that runner has to offer. There's not a tremendous amount of speed, but there is enough speed in here to set things up. I prefer horses when we're going 6.5 and 7 furlongs. I really like horses turning back in distance. Jupiter is the one that I like, and I think I'll get enhanced value. Although it is 7-2 morning line, I think that this runner is going to float up, but I just like the performance going 7 furlongs, winning that little stakes race there at Woodbine, and I like the performance winning first time out at Woodbine. It's hard to get horses to come from Woodbine and then perform well or up to the standard when they get to Turfway Park, but this runner wasn't bad first time at Turfway Park, last time out about almost a month ago. I think they'll improve next time out, and I think we'll get 9-2 on Jupiter in the Turfway Park preview. From there, let's go to 2 races at Gulfstream Park. It's a really nice day. So the first thing we're going to check in on is when they're on the turf course. It is going to be race number 6, the Ginger Brew. I like this race quite a bit. Nice runners going a mile on the turf course. A field of 8. Storm's Wake to the inside, deep closer. Bert's Naughty Girl, gonna be probably mid-pack, stalking the situation. Our Slew of Cash, also mid-pack, stalking with Tyler Gaffalione. Spirit Doll, I'm expecting them to be forwardly placed with Edgard Zayas. Bayou Bridget, pressing, stalking the situation. Sister Troyan, or Troyan. Mario Gutierrez does a good job. He's going to go to the front end here. I think they're going to try and set the pace. Legina is the runner with Junior Alvarado. Speed, speed, and more speed. And then Tide of Time is the horse all the way to the outside for James Toner. Nice performance to break the maiden the first time out at Laurel. And then not a bad performance last time out at Aqueduct in November in a nice little stakes race. Not bad. Not bad at all. There's a little bit of everything in the race, and I'm looking for a horse that I think will improve. We're not going to get great value on Tide of Time, I don't think. But I think we'll get decent. I think we'll get 5 or 6 to 1. I like the 2 performances on the turf, obviously. We're here on the turf for this race going a mile. I have no problem with them turning back from that mile in a 16 to the mile distance. The maiden performance going a mile, I like that. They weren't too far off the pace. I don't expect them to be too far off this pace coming up on Saturday because there's not a tremendous amount of speed in the race. So we'll see if it's a loose lead or a lone speed out there horse, lone speed horse out there running around by themselves. But I'm still going to go with Tide of Time. That's the number 8 in that race. Okay, then we're going to wrap it up with race number 10 on the card. That's going to be the Mucho Macho Man. Macho Man. Going a mile on the main track here. Newly minted 3-year-olds. We'll take a look at what they're able to do. Commandment. Irad Ortiz. Stretching out from 7 furlongs to a mile will be interesting. Caborg, speed, no doubt. Epic Summer, speed, no doubt. Mr. Hooligan, no speed. Roger That, Dana, speed. Trips Promise, no speed. Blame Yourself and Johnny V, dangerous speed. Max Capacity, they got some speed, but I don't know if they really want to be out there messing around with Blame Yourself and others. Thunder Chick also has some speed, but most likely will try to rate just off of what's happening. Now, it's not going to be crazy pace on the front end here, but I think there's just enough. And you know, look, there are certain riders that when they have speed, something has to go horrifically wrong for them to not be out there on the front end. I think Johnny V is one of those guys. If your horse is supposed to be out there, he's going to be out there. And with that, you've got Roger That, Dana, and Epic Summer, and Caborg. Those horses all have speed too. Tyler Gaffalione's not really known for engaging like that, so I don't expect him to press, but I think there's going to be enough to set it up for a rider that, how do I explain this? You know, I like all the riders, but then there's certain riders that I have certain things I'm like, Corey Lanerie is a rider I respect, and I love getting him at value. He tries to save ground almost every single time, which I do respect, but it's always tough. So I feel like, in my opinion, he's not reliable because he tries to do some things. But I do like him, and we get value, and I'm going to go with Corey Lanerie, who stays aboard this runner. Trips Promise. And I think we'll get value, even though you can look at the performances at Churchill going a mile and 6.5 furlongs. All very promising. I think he's right where he needs to be. He gets pace to run at. If Corey can possibly save ground, we're golden. If he doesn't, we'll end up running third. And then that won't be very pleasant. Now will it? So that's what we're going to do. And we're trying to keep this momentum going. Last week we had a good 2 days at Santa Anita. Cabo Spirit came through for us at a nice price. You can't let Mike Smith go on the front end and think you're going to catch him. It's not going to happen. And then the Gas Me Up. Really impressive. Pete Urton. They made the move from off the pace. I love that. We got great value on that one as well. So let's see if we can keep that going. Get some prices coming up. This one show for this weekend of action. We picked those 4 races that we like. There is one more race that we do like. We might come back with a show for the Commodore, which is at Oaklawn Park, which is a really nice race. Good sized field, very competitive, should be some value. We'll think about that. But that's how we wrap up this episode. In the meantime, in between time, until next time, that's how we do it here on Horse Race Bets to start the 2026 season. I'm Ken Rudulph. We'll see you next time. Do me a favor. Good luck and enjoy whatever you're into.